So we did a lot of visual aids. And like I said, so I took this and then he would take it. He like, yeah, poop, poop. And he'd look at that. Then he'd look in the toilet like, I did it. I pooped in the potty.
You need someone to confide in. Baby, you lost your mind. You lost your sanity. 'Cause you're way too young.
Hey y'all, so I wanted to come on and talk about a question that I get asked a lot when I'm in my sessions with my clients, which is, I don't know how to potty train my child. I don't know what to do. They're not getting it, and just all the things. So I wanted to come on here and just talk about how I was able to potty train my boys and just give you a few personal tips on some stuff that I did. Now, I don't have any professional way of potty training. I don't know. I'm just going off of what worked for me. What worked for me may not work for you. And then also, if you know me, you know that I am a professional as well as a parent. So today we are talking about my views as a parent on what I did to be able to help my sons to be able to be potty trained. So what I did was, firstly, I learned that you have to, especially like when you have children with developmental delays, you have to break things down. So the best way that I can describe this or anything is like thinking about making a sandwich, right? So when you make a sandwich, you go and you make your sandwich and you eat it. But instead, what I want you to think about is, to make a sandwich, I have to go into the kitchen. I have to go up to the cabinet. I have to open the cabinet. I have to get out the peanut butter. I have to go over to the refrigerator. I have to get the jelly out. I have to go into the drawer. I have to get the knife or the butter knife, the spoon or what have you out. I have to go get the napkin, put it on the counter, and then take the bread out of the plastic, set it down, take the peanut butter, spread it on one, take the jelly, spread it on the other one, take both of them, put it on top of each other. I may cut the edges off, get a plate out of the cabinet, put it there, and then I have a sandwich, right? So however you make your sandwich, we could all make it different, but that's just how I make my sandwich. So when you think about all those steps and you break it down, that's what I've learned that you have to do with children, especially like if they have autism. So the first step is even understanding. This is what I did. So when I went to the restroom or my husband went to the restroom, we brought our boys with us, whether it's two of them. I think we had two potties, and then we had two potties, and then we would bring them with us when we go into the bathroom. Hey, you want to sit down too, or you want to, whatever the case is. So that was the first step, is like getting them familiar with the area. This is where we go to use the bathroom. And then after they become familiar with, okay, this is getting that in his head of, this is where I'm going because I have to use the bathroom. Then the next step is to feel comfortable with it, like making it fun. So we have the little toilet where you flush the toilet and stuff like that. So when I flush my toilet, he flushed his toilet, right? And so then it's like just getting comfortable with those steps. Another thing that we had was visual supports as well. A kid standing up, a kid pulling their pants down, sitting on a potty. You can get them on Etsy, where it's like the visual steps so the kid can see this is what you're doing. And then once we got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm familiar and I get it, this is where we go to use the bathroom, then that is when I brought in rewards. So now it's like, before it's like, okay, this for play. Now it's, all right, we serious. Like, we about to start using the bathroom in here. So what we did is go to Dollar Tree. We got a container, which I think I actually still have it. Hold on, let me check and see if I have it. If I still have it, because this was years ago. But if I have it, I'm going to get it so you can actually see. Okay, y'all. So this is why, as a mom, I keep everything Don't judge me. So, container, this is from Dollar Tree. And every time they pooped, we only did it for poop. So whenever they pooped in the potty, they get this. Now this is, of course, all worn out. I would definitely recommend having this in color, but my printer was only black and white. And I was like, didn't really feel like going and trying to get it, because I would have to get ink, the whole thing. But this, if you can see it, is poop in the potty, right? So every time he would poop in the potty, I would make like a big thing like, yay, oh my goodness, you did so good. You pooped in the potty. So we did a lot of visual aids. And like I said, so I took this and then he would take it. He like, yeah, poop, poop. And he'd look at that. Then he'd look in the toilet like, I did it. I pooped in the potty. And then after we celebrated, then they would go in here and get one of these little toys. Now these from Dollar Tree, these came in, it was like a whole bunch of them. I don't know how many, but they had cars and then airplanes. So the good thing is that they got to get these out, and then at the end of the week, I would just collect them all from in this room and then put it back in here. And then that way you don't have to worry about like buying things, because by the end of the week he done forgot. So then we start over again, and we used to have it used to be like super full, but like I said, I didn't even know we still had this in there. So yeah, so that's what we did. I had my visual supports. Like I said, we also had stuff like on the walls, and then and we just celebrated like, yes, oh my goodness, you did so good, you pooped. So yeah, so that is how I potty train my son. So just to reiterate, breaking the steps down and thinking about each step and what it takes, and making visual supports and getting him used to it, making it fun, flushing the toilet, and then the celebration and motivation, which was getting the airplanes and the cars. And then eventually he's just started using the bathroom, and then we didn't have to do anything else. So my son actually was potty trained, I believe he was like 3. Yeah, because he was, by the time he got to school, he was pre-K, he was potty trained. So we didn't have to worry about any of that. So yeah, that's what we did. Celebrate everything, even no matter how crazy ridiculous you may feel, your kids is gonna love it. So that is my...
Call me crying when